Hey, Dave Karger, thank you so much for being here and helping guide us through this year's Oscar nominations with the ceremony just around the corner. I mean, let's just look at big picture right now. What stands out? How do you sum up this year's nominations? Any big surprises?
Well, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once has been the big story of the Oscar season because it was the only movie to break double digits in the nominations. It got 11 nominations overall. So I think that's a movie that is the one to beat, on Oscar night, and I think stands to win a lot. I just like that the fact that the Oscars are kind of the great equalizer. If you look at the movies that are up for Best Picture, it's a combination of big blockbusters like Avatar, Top Gun, and Elvis, along with some smaller films like Women Talking and Everything Everywhere, and then also some independent films like All Quiet on the Western Front and Triangle of Sadness. So it's just really cool that there were 10 nominees this year, which was a mandatory new rule that the Academy implemented. And I just like the mix of movies that are up for the big award. I also think it's just an exciting year because so many of the acting nominees are first-time nominees. 15 out of the 20 acting nominees are people who were never nominated before. And I'm talking about people who are kind of at the beginning of their career, people like Brian Tyree Henry or Stephanie Hsu, but also some veteran people, whether it's Jamie Lee Curtis or Michelle Yeoh or Ke Huy Quan, who have been acting for many, many decades, but finally got first nominations this year. So I just think it's a great crop of movies and a great crop of talent that is in the running this year.
That's a great way to look at it. We are always asking who's going to make history, who's the first to do something. What are we looking at this year for those possibilities? Let's start with Best Picture.
Well, the fact that Everything Everywhere All at Once is considered the frontrunner right now is really interesting because it's a sci-fi film, and that's not a genre that has ever won a Best Picture Oscar. So I think if Everything Everywhere All at Once manages to get that Best Picture win, it'll be a big celebratory moment for all sci-fi fans.
Let's look at the acting categories. Who could make history there?
Well, one person has already made history, and that's Judd Hirsch, because he was nominated in the early 80s for Ordinary People, and now he's up again for The Fabelmans in the supporting actor category. And that nomination meant that he broke the record for longest amount of time between nominations, 42 years. So he had to wait a while, but I think it was worth the wait. Also, Michelle Yeoh, who so many people are rooting for, if she were to pull off the upset and beat Cate Blanchett for Best Actress, which I'm not saying has a zero chance, she would become the very first Asian actress ever to win the Best Actress Oscar. So that would be a watershed moment, much in the same way that Halle Berry winning about 20 or so years ago for Monsters Ball was. I also think a lot of people are looking toward the Best Supporting Actress category as a moment that will be history-making. Angela Bassett, if she wins, which I think she probably will, she'll be the first person ever to win for a Marvel movie. Of course, Heath Ledger won for playing the Joker in more of a DC Comics film, but the Marvel universe has been such a big deal in the movie world in general, but it's never been nominated or won an Academy Award for acting. And this would be a big moment, and I think would draw even more big names to Marvel movies. Best Actress also has a really interesting possibility that could happen. I'm a big Cate Blanchett fan, and I do think that she has a chance of winning her third Oscar. And if she wins, she'll be only the 5th actress ever to win 3 Oscars. Meryl Streep did it, Katharine Hepburn, Ingrid Bergman, and Frances McDormand. Those are the only 4 actresses who have 3 Oscars, so Kate could join that very elite club.
And she deserves to be there, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Let's look at Best Director. Kind of an eclectic collection, some movies that maybe a lot of folks aren't super familiar with, and then maybe a name that people are really familiar with.
Yeah, it's true. Well, what I like about the Best Director race at the Academy Awards is that there's always the people that you expect to see in there, like Steven Spielberg or Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin or Todd Field for Tar. But then they kind of throw that curveball in. And this year it's Ruben Östlund, who is a European director, and he did Triangle of Sadness, which is just a bonkers, crazy, satirical film. And I love the fact that they nominated him not only for the writing of the movie, but also for the directing of it and Best Picture. I mean, it was a movie that took a lot of people by surprise. It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, so it definitely was off and running at that point.
All right, let's go through your predictions, which is always difficult, or maybe not. You're the best at them. All right, so who do you think is going to win Best Supporting Actress?
Best Supporting Actress seems to be pretty much sewn up for Angela Bassett for Wakanda Forever. I would say Jamie Lee Curtis has a shot to upset her, but I think it's Angela Bassett's to lose.
Either way, it's kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award, isn't it?
For both of them, yeah.
All right, Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor probably has the least amount of suspense of any of the major races. It's going to be Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. What a great comeback story. What a lovely man he is. And it'll be a beautiful speech, and I bet he'll cry.
Best Actor.
I'm partial to Colin Farrell because I love that movie, and I think he's going to win. I don't feel confident in that prediction, but that's where I'm going right now.
The Elvis momentum might be tough to beat, too.
It might be.
We'll have to wait and see what happens
Yep.
there. And Best Actress.
Oof. All along, I've been saying Cate Blanchett, Cate Blanchett, Cate Blanchett, and I do think she still will win. But all of this momentum for Everything Everywhere All at Once means you cannot count out Michelle Yeoh. And I also think we have to just throw a little love to Andrea Riseborough for the movie To Leslie.
Prediction for Best Director.
Best Director is between Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans and the Daniels, the duo of Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm going to go with the Daniels.
Yeah. All right. Steven Spielberg won, right? So
Twice. Yeah, he's fine.
Which takes us to Best Picture.
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is just the movie that has captured people's hearts and imaginations right now. There's a lot of great competition. The Fabelmans, for sure. Top Gun, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, All Quiet on the Western Front, which got a lot of nominations overall. But there's just something about Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a story of the melding of different genres. It's a family story. It's a story of diversity. And I think it kind of suits the moment right now.
All right, Dave Karger, thank you so much. We're looking forward to the big night, and we'll all be watching together.
See you soon.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.